Stadium in Arlington, Texas. This is the National Football League. We'll see Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys. Here now to get us started is Logan Cook, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Play one, and Prescott to the air. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead is knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Flush to his right. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Prescott on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking deep for Elliott. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott. 51 yards. And the Cowboys need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield of the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now a 7-0 game. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of Kirk. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he'll fight for a couple as the tackle is made at about the 32. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. Here's Lawrence to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Following the interception, here's Prescott, escaping the pressure right. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. 7 yards there and a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Flushed out right. That's caught. It's James Washington. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. Here's Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Cowboys are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor in effect.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now 14-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Well, partners, the first quarter too early to start talking about needing a comeback. They're down 2 touchdowns already, and that sack, that disrupts this drive. They need something to go right on offense, and they need it to happen soon.
And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. CeeDee Lamb deep for the Cowboys. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Prescott to throw it. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Give him 30 yards there. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boy, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
That certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the first as they kick this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Lawrence. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
On the return is Lamb. That'll go as a 39-yard punt, give him 9 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback. That was awfully nice. Hit him in stride, and off he went. It was almost like the ball hitting him was like him receiving a baton, and he was running the anchor leg in a relay race.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And able to work his way down to the 16. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing. Prescott. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. To throw is Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes the score 28-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was the tight end Dalton Schultz on the touchdown reception to cap the drive. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Prescott. The quick slant caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. James Washington from 10 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, CD, what a start for them. Still in the first quarter, they're absolutely blitzing them. All the points that they put up, I'm not sure what you say on the other sideline right now.
I think it's as simple as this, partner. The way that they're playing, there's no limits on what this lead could become.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt.
So plenty of fireworks here early. 35-0 now as the kick is away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Chris Manhertz.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Lawrence's throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 1st down, Lawrence. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7.
Now Lawrence.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer. But he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
And that will be caught. But out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Now Lawrence to throw.
And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter.
Picked off by Micah Parsons.
He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
It's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here.
And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. And this offense on 3rd down today, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Here's Prescott. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. And the Jags are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered. They'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Second down and a run by Robinson.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now on 2nd and 13.
Lawrence. And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks. And
his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Anthony Brown. And the Cowboys are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Looking to throw. Prescott.
Schultz hauls in the quick throw. And he will have a Cowboys first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And incomplete on the deep ball. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they're going to measure revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
On second down, Elliott. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now Prescott. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. Prescott from the gun. And he'll get it right back to Washington. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from a yard out.
And the Cowboys are able to add on to their first half lead.
So the previous pass interference call put the ball at the 1 yard line, and then they stick it in on the very next play.
And I love the play call right there. After you get the pass interference call, you've got a defense that's discombobulated a little bit, right? They're protesting the call, upset about what happened. Go right at them. Run the football, and the defense acquiesces, and the ball ends up in the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And the route is on here in this first half.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over.
Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner.
Marvin Jones, 30, the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
On second down, Etienne once more.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Jaguars are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point up and good from Santoso.
And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose.
Taken at the goal line.
So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy. because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Prescott looks to throw on first. Flush to his right. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So as they take it over, we step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Prescott now. Eluding the pressure right. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Cowboys have taken a 6-touchdown lead. The extra point up and good by Garibay. And a rout is on here in this first half. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Jabril Cox there on the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On second down, here's Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne.
And he'll be out right at the 35. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call. Mark off the 5 and keep it moving.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Buying time to his left. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man covers were so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jordan Lewis.
And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And, Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes, and picking them off.
Yeah, sometimes the best offense is an excellent defense, and they've done exactly that.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys! Ezekiel Elliott with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Cowboys extend their lead yet again.
And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The extra point up and good by Garibay.
And a rout is on here in this first half.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Complete to Jones. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Lamb to return it. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
A first down throw for Prescott. Got an open man. It's Washington.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott over the middle, complete. That's Schultz.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Flushed out right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It's been a nice day for him as a passer and as a runner. One of the few mistakes he's made in this ballgame. The wrong choice on that one. That one goes incomplete.
To the air again, Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Washington. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw again. Toward the pylon, caught. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
Prescott to the sideline on 4th down. Jonathan Garibay is out there for the Dallas field goal. Garibay's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And the Jags going to go on offense now late in this first half. Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number one. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Here's Lawrence to throw. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete. Lawrence on third down. And Ingram hauls it in. And he will have a Jaguars first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Forced it, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From midfield now, Lawrence. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he will go down, a Cowboys sack. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. This one, maybe not the hard-fought battle many had hoped for. This has been blowout city thus far, but still more football to be played. Who knows what could happen? As we send you right back out to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
So now I think even our referee is confused. The defense accepted the holding penalty, but they just got the ball on the fumble recovery, so that will be negated. That's a tough one to comprehend.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. 35 yards that time on the punt. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott.
He'll fire this deep for Gallup. And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Inside give to Elliott. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39.
81 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Jaguars will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lawrence. A slant to Jones. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Again, it's Lawrence.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Robinson. Going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
This is caught. Touchdown, Jaguars.
James Robinson.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Jags are able to claw one back.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 98 yards rushing now for Zeke, and he's got a first down. Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. 2nd and 4. Here's Prescott. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing. Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
On the slant, he'll get it to Jones. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it's 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence, and able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Straight ahead, Etienne. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. That's taken on the 25. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Draw play, Elliott. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 36. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued.
Touchdown! James Washington with his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Cowboys have got it on cruise control. Garibay on to attempt the point after.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length.
And it's James Washington who finishes things with a touchdown reception. Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
On third down, Lawrence
steps away to his left. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And out will come the offense as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. James Washington, 28 yards.
And the Cowboys will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Garibay back out there now to send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his second sack of the afternoon. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Here's Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. This is taken at the 23. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
10th carry now for Elliott. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. A first down carry by Elliott. And some space here. A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They go to Elliott again. And he's got room. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, 34 yards. And the Cowboys add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the 4th quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years.
Entering settings screen, you have 19 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always comes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Osa Odighizuwa able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Partner, my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front seven today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Now Lawrence to throw. This is Chenault on the receiving end.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Lawrence.
And this is going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game. The give to Elliott. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. On third down, it's Pollard. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. But that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Throwing again on second down. Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Here we go. Got to have it. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. They start on the ground with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. That escapes the sack. Flushed out, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little.
And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, CD, you and I do a lot of games together, but it is pretty rare that we do a game of this margin. I mean, this has just been total domination from start until now, and I don't think they're going to take their foot off the gas at this point.
Do you think that on the sideline, some jokester said to one of his teammates, maybe a few of them, hey, we're up 50. Why not go for 100? You think maybe that line was uttered on the sideline? I can't believe what we're seeing here. An NFL game this lopsided.
And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll try and run some clock now with Elliott.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. With 224 yards rushing for him now on the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense.
Again, it's Elliott.
Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
And they run the option on 2nd down. Has some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Prescott to the sideline on 4th down. Jonathan Garibay is out there for the Dallas field goal.
From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt.
Garibay's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately,
and my goodness, another interception. picked off by Anthony Brown.
And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.